less. Okay, what are some points of application? And then we'll get out of here. I want to talk about counterfeit gospels. Okay, we can only browse through these. So here's the first one. Counterfeit gospels claim divine authority but have none. We've already said this, but it often begins with, well, God told me. God told me. He probably didn't. Amanda would tell you this years ago. She worked at U of L, go Cards, and as a desk assistant, and I would go with her. And there's a security guard who found out that she was a seminary student's girlfriend, and bless her heart. So that is the last thing she wanted anyone to know, because the guy wouldn't stop talking to her. And eventually we ran into each other. He had given her some tapes to listen to. He wanted me to listen to them. And so I just thought I'd listen to them. I listened to one tape, gave it back to her to return. I thought, well, I'll never see the guy. He showed up one day and I was over. We would do date night while she was working. There was this desk assistant. We would do homework. And the guy goes, oh, I'm really curious what you thought about it. And I thought, man, do I be nice or not? And I was young and dumb. And I said, well, can I be honest with you? Yeah, I think it's just silly. So like that was me being nice. Like, this dude is weird. I mean, he's weird. Had these weird ideas, and he just stared at me like, "You really believe da 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 da?" That's nowhere in the Bible. Well, he uses the Bible. Of course, he uses the Bible. He's saying, "Well, God told me," and then he finds verses to back it up. You claim authority you do not have. God ain't speaking to you. Secondly, counterfeit gospels tickle the ears, and this was really the test: was I told what I wanted to hear? Was I told what I needed to hear? Let me tell you, most people are told what they want to hear. I've been in churches as members, and it just hits me like, these people I love are hearing what they want to hear, and they're eating it up. They're eating it up. And it is so burdensome. And we get so excited. You all know I go to a lot of political events. And I'll pick on my dad. I don't clap at these things because I'm nonpartisan. I don't stand up, and say, yeah, go get them. I don't do anything. Actually, I thought well, that's neither here nor there. So I do this Republicans and Democrats. I took a family member at one who had very strong opinions, and a prominent national leader was there. And he was just giving red meat to that party. I mean, just everything you wanted to hear. He was bringing the receipts. He was just doing it. And my family members just standing up. Yeah. And he realized that I wasn't standing up, because I don't do that. And he had this panic moment, like, am I not allowed to do this? Like, well, you're not Capitol Commission. You do what you want. But he was just eating up. And I thought, that guy has that speech memorized. He knows what sells and what gets people excited. Can you imagine a politician saying, guys, we're pushing $40 trillion in debt. We need to cut everything, including your pension and your Social Security, and I'm going to cut it. Now, we all here know that's what needs to be done. Are they going to say that? No. But they'll say, look, if you vote for me, we're gonna get that other party. Can you believe what they did to us? They're never going to do it again. We'll teach them a lesson. Oh, yeah, that's my guy. That's my girl, and that's all fine and dandy in democracy, but it should not show up in the church. Now, I'm not against happy-go-lucky messages and whatnot, but if it's what the text demands, give it. Anyways, so I feel really preachy tonight. I apologize. Thirdly, Paul says about tickling ears. I trust your itching ears is his phrase. Thirdly, counterfeit gospels enrich scavengers. Do you notice the reference there towards the witches? In fact, scholars would say, instead of referring to the women as prophetesses, Ezekiel wants us to refer to them as witches, because he doesn't call them prophetesses. He won't use that term. They've shamed the office so much. They're witches. And you'll notice that, I'll give you the verse. It's in verse 19. You have profaned me among my people for what? Handfuls of barley and pieces of bread. Can I give you a little insight how this works? This is scavengers and predators at work. If you are profiting off of a problem, you benefit from creating the problem so you can profit off of it. There's a classic story of, I think it was a king something, I'll get the details wrong. Let's say it's a king and there is a rattlesnake problem in the land. So he says, I'm going to pay everyone $100 for every rattle you turn in because it's killed. You know what people hear? If I start a farm full of rattlers, I can kill and kill and kill and get money, money, money. When you insert money, you want to create the problem you're benefiting off of. By the way, I think this is what we're getting in our country right now with a lot of issues. I think a lot of the sexual stuff we've been dealt with, we're getting that. I think a lot of the race stuff is frankly that. I do. Every side of the aisle, we're getting that. I think a lot of political issues, we're doing the same thing. You have to have a supply of reasons to be angry to get people on your side. And so that's what sells. Fourthly, counterfeit gospels grow in influence in moments of crisis. Why? When people are vulnerable. People are vulnerable. Abraham Lincoln's son died when he was president. In the middle of a war, son dies. And not his first child to die, by the way. His wife started to have seances to talk to him. Ronald Reagan is shot, nearly killed. By the grace of God, he wasn't. What does Nancy Reagan start doing? Consulting a woman who claims, I can tell you. Yeah. Now, had you gone to either Mary Todd Lincoln or Nancy Reagan 10 years prior to that and said, would you ever consult a witch, a fortune teller, a sorcerer? Would you ever do that? And they're like, why, no. I'm just a Southern gal. I would never do that. Mary Todd Lincoln from Lexington, Kentucky. No. But when you're vulnerable, it's amazing what we'll do. When you're lonely, you'll start speaking to the dead. It's not, man, I wish Dad was here so I could share this moment with him. It's, Dad, I don't know what to do. Tell me what to do. You see the difference? In a moment of crisis, scavengers come. So there's Benny Hinn in his nice white dress and his private jet. And here you are, you can't pay your medical bills. Don't you see? You don't have faith. Show God your faith by supporting my ministry. Scavengers. Yes. And God's judgment upon them for that.